Hello, you're welcome to EduTrack Academy. This is an online school where you are exposed to the 21st century method of education. In this lesson, our focus is to take us through JAMB and WAEC past questions which are based on antonyms. Antonyms. Although you might not see this word directly in the questions, if you go through the past questions you might not see this particular word, but there are other words which are rather used in place of it, but then the concept is termed antonyms. So now these antonyms, let us dive into what exactly they mean. What are antonyms? Antonyms are words that have opposite meanings of other words. I trust this shouldn't be the first time you come across this word antonym. Antonym, when you hear the word antonym, it simply talks about words that have opposite meaning of other words. So for instance, if we say white, the antonym for that is what? Black. Do we get this now? So words that are opposites in meaning are what antonyms are used to refer to. So for the purpose of this lesson, we are going to take few past questions from JAMB and WAEC, which are purely based on antonyms, words that are opposite in meaning to one another. So before we get into the main business, this is the instruction we are going to follow in answering these questions. So we are to choose the options that are opposite in meaning to the underlying words in the sentences we are going to come across here. All right, so this is a question. Our example number 1 is a question taken from JAMB past question for year 2009. So let us get into the real business. The lady was completely nonplussed when a suitor rejected her gift. The word we are to get an opposite meaning for is what? Nonplussed. Nonplussed. So, this word, what does it mean itself? And what is the word that is opposite in meaning to it? So, here on the next slide, we have a short guide, a short explanation as to why we choose what option we choose. Let us go back to the question. The lady was completely nonplussed when her suitor rejected her gift. So now we have 4 options. Option A, unpursued, surprised, unconscious, disappointed. So the word nonplussed, what does it mean itself? It is when we know this that we would be able to know what actually is going to be the opposite. The word nonplussed means to be to be confused, not knowing what to do, like to be confused, not knowing exactly what step to take further. So, and this makes option A the most appropriate option, the appropriate answer for us. Unpursued means unconcerned. Unconcerned. So let us take a look at the guide on the next slide. So here, the word nonplussed means to be confused as to how to react. You do not know what to do. Like one is just kind of stuck. Like you don't know what's next. What is the next step for you to take? So the appropriate answer is unpursued, which actually mean being feeling unbothered, meaning unbothered, meaning feeling unconcerned. You don't even feel bothered Like, just feel as if this is of no consent to you. And this is exactly having opposite meaning to the word nonplussed, which means to be confused as to how to react, not knowing what to do, not knowing what is the next thing to do. So now let us get to the second question, the second example. The plebs can be found in every society of the world. Please, there should be a full stop at the end of the word world, as that is a complete sentence. Let me quickly put the full stop. All right, let's get back to work. So the plebs can be found in every society of the world. The plebs, what is the meaning of this word? When we say the plebs, it means the people that are of low social class, people that are the poor, people that are not so recognized in the society, people of low social class. So they are the ones that are referred to as the plebs, the non-privileged. So they are the ones that are referred to as the plebs. So we are to now give a word that has opposite meaning to the word plebs. Now I've given you a short explanation. Let us see what we have on the next slide concerning this particular example taken from JAMB 2013 past question. All right, so our correct option is option A. Let us go back and see what's in option A. Yes, elites. So people that are not so recognized in the class, people that are of lower social class, which are known as plebs. What is exactly opposite to that is the word elites. Elites are people of higher social class in the society, people that are recognized. People that are recognized. So those are the elites. So that makes option A our correct answer. All right, let's proceed to the next example. And this particular question is taken from JAMB 2018 past question. So the word we are looking for here is the word, we are to get its opposite is the word coerced, coerced. So the warring communities were coerced into negotiating a settlement. The warring communities were coerced into negotiating a settlement. So coerced is from the word coerce, which actually means being forced. Yes, being forced, being made to do something forcefully, not something you do willingly. It does not come from your mind. You just do it because you are forced to do it. So coerced means what? Being forced. So now from these four options: driven, compelled, persuaded, pressured. So what do you detect? Which one do you think is the correct option here? So let's see what we have on the next slide. So our correct option is C. Coerced means being forced, and persuaded is the direct opposite of it. So option C is our correct answer. Okay, now the next question, which was actually taken from the recent JAMB question, that's for year 2021. We are to look for the word punctilious. Punctilious. What does this word mean? What does it mean? And what is going to be the opposite of it? The lady is always punctilious in attending to customers despite the overcrowding condition of the environment. When we say punctilious, this particular word means what? Being meticulous. Yes, that option A is a synonym to that word, so not antonym. So that option A is out of it. You give all your best to attend to every detail. Someone who is very careful about every detail. That's the kind of person we use the adjective punctilious for. Someone who pays attention to every detail. Someone who is very, very careful. Do you get this now? So meticulous, painstaking, and even serious are all synonymous to the word punctilious. The only word that we have which is opposite, which has opposite meaning, is the word carefree. Carefree. So that makes option C the correct answer. So here is another question taken from JAMB past question for year 2016. The word we are to pick out a word that has opposite meaning for is the word blight. It is important not to let mistakes blight your life. It is important not to let mistakes blight your life. So we want to see what does the word blight mean and what word in among the four options we have here means exactly the opposite of it or near opposite, nearest opposite to it. So let us see what we have on the next slide. So here we are told the correct option is option C. Let's go back and see what's in option C. Improve, improve, improve. This question is a straightforward one because you already have like you know that mistakes has a negative a negative impact um on one's life. So we from our options we have to see which one has negative positive meaning, which one has positive meaning, because that word has a negative meaning. So a tip to use is to look for a word that has positive meaning. So damage is negative, impact is negative, improve positive, and ruin also negative. So opposite of negative is positive, so that makes our answer to be what? Option C. So now let us go back to the guide we have in the next slide. So blight means to have a severely detrimental effect on something, a thing that spoils or damages something. Do you get it now? So why improves means what? Having become to become more or being to have been made better, having become more or being made better. So to that's the word improve. So that's exactly the opposite in that has opposite meaning to the word blight. All right, so let us move to the next question. Sorry, the word that we are actually supposed to look for its opposite meaning in this word is the word obscure, but that wasn't underlined. So as to make it clearer, let me pause and underline it. All right, now, so we have the word underlined. So now the clever lawyer exposed the facts that were obscure in the case, making the judge see beyond the dash. So obscure is what we are to look for its opposite here. The word obscure, what does it mean? The word obscure means something hidden, something that is not clearly expressed, not clearly stated. So, that is why we have option B as the correct answer. When we say something is obscure, it means it is hidden. It is hidden. It is not clearly stated. It is not clearly expressed. So you could not see it on the surface. Why obvious means something very clear, something you could see very clearly. So option B is our correct answer. This particular question is taken from WAEC and NECO WAEC question for year 2011. All right, let's move on. The brevity of the president's speech contrasts with that of the secretary. When we say brevity, the word brevity means something very short, like brief, something very short. No, now the opposite of um brevity is what? Is it accuracy? Accuracy? Is it vagueness? Is it clarity or verbosity? Okay, the correct option is option D. Verbosity means giving unnecessary details, unrequired details, unneeded details. Let us take a look at this. Yes, brevity means to like being concise. It is exact use of words and writing or speech, like very short, being very short. So while verbosity is the quality of using more words than needed. Wordiness, wordiness, wordiness. So, for example, number 8, and this is actually taken from the recent WAEC past question. That's for year 2021. So, that was just this recent year. Um, okay, so the word we are to get its opposite um meaning is the word animosity. 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 What does the word animosity itself mean? Because it is when you know the meaning of that particular word that you'll be able to detect which one has the opposite meaning. Do we get it now? So let us check the second slide, the next slide. Let us check the next slide for the answer to this particular question. All right, here is it. Option B is the correct answer. So when we say animosity, the word means strong hostility. Strong hostility, like strong hatred, strong wickedness. So we could put it that way too. Strong hatred for something, strong act of wickedness towards something. So why friendship is the emotions or conduct of friends, like the state of relating peacefully, the state of relating peacefully. So friendship is the direct opposite to the word animosity. So that makes option B our correct answer. So here is the next question. And this particular question was also extracted from WAEC past question for year 2014. The word we are to get its opposite meaning is the word industrious. Industrious workers should be promoted and thus dash ones should be dismissed. Industrious workers should be promoted and dash ones should be dismissed. So, industrious, what does it mean? Industrious actually means being hardworking. Let us get the guide on the next slide. So, indolent, which means being lazy, is the direct opposite of industrious. Industrious means being hardworking. Being hardworking. Someone who is not lazy, someone who is ready to give their all to a particular work to get it done. So this is what being industrious means. Why the exact opposite of this is indolence, laziness, laziness. So being indolent is the opposite of being industrious. I hope you are industrious. Okay, now let's get to the final question for this lesson. Here we are. So this particular question is taken from WAEC 2009 past question. So in the word we have to look for its meaning is the word harmonious. 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 It was a very harmonious meeting with a one dash note. Harmonious from the word harmony, togetherness, togetherness, unity, unity. So this is what harmonious mean. So from this, which one of these words given on the four options mean the opposites of being harmonious? Divergent, adverse, discordant, or strident? Yeah, our correct option is C. And let's see what we have in the next slide. Yes, the correct answer is option C. Harmonious means showing accord in feeling or action, like a kind of unity, having the same idea, moving towards the same direction, being united. That is what harmonious means. Why discordance means not in harmony or in not being united, being having different opinions, like having different views, not being united, not being in harmony or in accord. So with this, I think now you have the insights to what questions or in words that are opposite in meaning look like in JAMB and WAEC. So, like I said, you will not come across the word antonyms directly in your questions. What you are going to see is to give words that are nearest opposite in meaning. Yes. So you will see opposites in meaning, which also mean the same thing as antonym. So it's like they just give you those words so as to make it straightforward. Whereas the term that cover that is antonym. So with that, we have come to the end of this particular lesson. I enjoy you to give your time to study further and pay attention to every details which are definitely going to help you during your exam, and I wish you success. Thanks for your time.